Sorry, y'all. I know you guys are ready to hear about how to lose weight naturally. And Shay got you, okay? Um, we are ready. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. And welcome to today's episode of Shay's Wellness Club Accountability Sessions live Q&A. And for those that don't know, I am a wellness strategist who has lost over 60 pounds naturally, and I help others do the same, achieve goals through proper meal planning, bettering our relationship with food altogether, and also just inspiration to make healthier choices more consistently than perfect, okay? Consistency over perfection over here. So I wanted to start off today with our motto. Every great accountability group such as mine, we have some things that we go by to keep us consistent and keep us reminding ourselves throughout the week that we can do whatever we set our mind to and we can achieve our goals. So we are going to do our mantra. So I am a proud wellness warrior. I choose progress over excuses. I choose discipline over delay. I choose healing over hiding. I choose better habits because I deserve the life I want. I am not here to be perfect. I am here to be consistent. I am here to glow, grow, and transform from the inside out. My body is worth caring for. My health is worth fighting for. And my future is worth showing up for every day. Today I release shame. Today I release doubt. I release every excuse that was kept in me. I am strong. I am capable. I am committed. I am becoming the healthiest, happiest, and most confident version of myself. I am a proud wellness warrior, and I'm ready to unbig my back naturally. All right, now, you guys ready? Let's ready. So today we are doing my top 10, and make sure you share that because sometimes you need that in the morning. You know, I am this, I am that. I choose to be great. I choose to control what goes in my mouth. Mantras and, manifesting and just speaking life into yourself early in the morning, before bed, throughout the day is so important to help your day go by better, help yourself start off on a positive note, which is believing in yourself, and to know that the day that you are walking out that door will be great, helps you throughout the day, helps you throughout life. And it reminds you, I am going to make today great no matter what. Why? Because God woke us up this morning. So with that being said, today's episode is how I lost 60 pounds naturally. And these are my top 10. These are my top 10. These are my top 10 things I would do differently. Okay. So we're going to start with the easiest to the best. We're going to start with number. Okay, let me see. Okay, so we're going to start from 10 and go down to 1. So you're going to want to watch this all the way through. Make sure you save this as your replay so you can go back and watch it too and see what can I help you with. If you're someone that needs help losing weight naturally, more accountability when it comes to your goals in general, inbox me or join Shay's Wellness Club where we go over all kinds of ways how we can step into intention. So, I would say how I lost 60 pounds. Okay. I'm trying to get my wording right. So, guys, today's episode, we are talking about 10 how I lost 60 pounds naturally, my top 10 things I would do differently. People always say what you did right, but no one really talks about what I would do wrong. What did I do wrong? And I definitely did things wrong along the way when it came to my weight loss journey. So I'm here to, help us rid some of those hurdles that I had to go through. So starting at number 10, the first thing I do before anything is buying weight loss program. I would automatically, without even trying to figure out the what I need to do in general, I started off with just taking pills, doing this fat burning teas, doing this and that, and not really getting down to why I was over 230 pounds pre-diabetic. So I had to think to myself, before I spent another dollar on a diet, a detox, or supplement, this is what I would do first. So what my problem was, I was looking for the easy way out, the quick way out, the cheat code I was trying to find, right? So what I realized that I needed to stop looking for a get skinny quick diet program and really trying to build better habits. So what I did, instead of cutting corners, it's easy. You can lose a quick 10 pounds from the detox tea. You can lose a quick, some inches off your waist and stuff like that. But if you're not building consistent habits, you're going to gain it right back. So, and that's with crash diets or the actual real diets. You can take a month, not eat meat, lose weight, because you can lose real fast weight that way. But if you're just going to go back to eating the same meat you had, then of course you're going to gain that same weight. But if you realize I'm going to minimize my portions, I'm going to minimize certain foods, or I'm going to pay attention to the calories I'm taking, then that'll help you a lot with that part of being stuck. So stop looking for when I stopped. That is something I would do differently. It would be to not rely on a diet program or just a quick pill because when you think about it, once the pills run out, well, you're going to get more. Then when the pills run out, you're going to get more. And then it'll be to the point where you think you need this pill to burn your fat, when you really, in honesty, you need to take walks every day. You need to get that 10K steps in. And for those that don't know, we are about to start our 10K walking challenge. So inbox me and you can join Shay's Wellness Club, where we have a complimentary walk challenge that is included, but also the Unbig Our Back challenge as well, which you would receive included in the Unbig Our Back challenge would be the strategy session we go over together on how I can help you lose your next up to 20 to 60 pounds naturally. So building better habits was finding a professional that can truly help me guide me to the next level. So for me, that was a dietitian, or that could be a professional meal prepper, or that can be a wellness strategist such as myself, but someone that can really tell you one-on-one, hey, I see what we're doing, and here's what you're doing right, and here's how you could go do better. That's how someone helped me in my eating habits. They pointed out and was all the way real of what I was doing wrong, and I fixed it, which helped me lose over 60 pounds naturally. So if you're someone that's looking for a wellness strategist yourself, or if I work with dietitians as well. If they have a specific diet for you, and then you want me to help you with ideas on meals that you would enjoy and not just some plain lifeless food, then please inbox me. I would love to help. But yes, also, so we have number 9, the biggest mistakes that kept me stuck. Okay. Things that I would do differently, things that would keep me stuck is waiting until Monday. I would get so mad at myself. I would have a cheat weekend. I legit thought having a cheat weekend every weekend was going to help me lose weight. And I realized that cheat weekend I ate literally that whole weekend trash. And that really slowed down my progress because you could do good all week, but if you eat 4,000 calories in a weekend, yeah, you messed up and you defeated the purpose of doing great all week. Okay? So you want to make sure you don't starting over every Monday. Starting over, period. Sometimes I still do that. I'm like, oh, I did bad. I'm gonna start over on the first of the month, or I'm gonna start over in the beginning of the week, or I'm gonna start, that brand new week that starts Monday, or that brand new month on the first. And that really doesn't help us much at all. It really just holds us back. When we realize that we've slipped up, and what I mean slipped up, meaning you overly ate that day, and you had, more than one cheat meal, not a cheat weekend, stuff like that. We just recalibrate the next day, not the next week, but the next day, do better and be better for tomorrow, right? So, and all or nothing was then I had the limiting belief that I had to do this all or nothing. If I didn't have $100 to spend on groceries, I'm not gonna eat right. And that was me, honestly, self-sabotaging myself. If I got $25 to get some fruit this week, let me get that. If I only have $50 to get some meat for my meals this week, I'm just gonna get that. Just because you don't need an exorbitant amount of food, or you don't need an exorbitant or a big amount of a budget to cook meals all week. Okay, start from where you are and do, work your way up, and just do your best every week. You're not going to have $100 every week to meal prep, or you're not going to have $100 every week to cook all week multiple meals. But making sure that you do something consistent every day really does help. Meaning, every day I'm taking a walk, or every day I'm going to the gym, or every day I'm going to do meditation. Every day I'm going to write in my journal, talking about how I'm feeling or what I'm going through to help de-stress that way. Doing things such as praying, stuff like that. Doing things every day to make your process and your journey better, okay? And I was looking for the quick fixes. Those were the big mistakes that kept me stuck. Was I was looking for a quick fix. Oh, I'm just not gonna eat today because I ate a lot yesterday. You're going to starve yourself, and then you're going to binge eat the next day. So, sometimes starving yourself all day just because you had a whole pizza yesterday, it's not going to make you smaller. It's going to almost make the cravings even worse if you're not mindful of fasting and such things like that. And then I had to remind myself, how many times am I going to start over? Okay, Monday comes and goes, Monday comes and goes, that first of the month goes, the 15th of the month goes, or whatever time we get our stamps or anything. And when are we going to stop saying back to back? Uh-oh. And then I'm going to... Okay, I was making sure that was on. Okay, so we have to make sure that we are doing everything we can. Sorry, y'all. We're doing everything we can to do better for the next day. So, I'm trying to get this down. Okay. So that was number 9. So on our list of things, if you're just tuning in, these are the 10, my weight loss journey, how I lost 60 pounds naturally, and these are 10 things I would do differently. Okay, and we're on number 8. So next one is, also the working hard but not seeing results. That used to frustrate me all the time, to the point where I was like, F it, and just was ready to give up. So, I had to stop the weekend eating. you know. Now, do I, enjoy myself going out to eat or ordering in sometimes? Yes. But I try to eliminate, how can I talk today? I try to eliminate that as far as a cheat weekend. And it's always better to just say a cheat meal. So you know what? This is my meal that I'm gonna enjoy, my cheat meal where I'm eating my cheese and my quesadilla and my burger or whatever. And then after this, I'm going to be going back to my greens, my beans, my chicken breast and stuff like that. So not necessarily weekend I can't wait for because I'm about to eat like crazy. Unless it's my birthday. And then even after that, birthdays, events, stuff like that, super hard to come back from. So I just tried my best to just stay consistent overall. But consistency over perfection always. Portion sizing. When someone finally had to help, slow it down. When someone had to finally hold my hand and tell me, Sade, your portions are too big on your plate. A professional had to tell me this, because, we can't hear it from our family members. We can't hear it from our friends. So I'm like, well, then if I don't want to hear it from my friends, then I'm getting, I can't say the F word. So my friends can't tell me I'm becoming a big bag. My guy can't tell me I'm becoming a big bag. And then my friends and family can't tell me I'm becoming a big bag. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to a professional. And if the professional tells me I'm a big bag, I'm going to believe him, right? So when I went to a professional, they told me my portion sizes were just too big. And it was as simple as, this is a portion of spaghetti. This is a portion of spaghetti. Which portion are you used to? And it was a graphic, and I'm going to do this for my wellness words as well, because visuals just are everything for me. One was almost the whole plate full with pasta. The other was just maybe half a plate, if that. It was like a handful on the middle of the plate. This is why fancy restaurants, they're not really, well, it's not overpriced, but they're giving us all right portions. We're just so used to overeating. We think, $100 for this little thing? Yeah. Because we're not supposed to eat that much. Okay. But when I found that, I was like, oh yeah, wow. Okay, so anyways, I digress. But I realized that the portion sizing was really holding me back. So that's what made me get into meal preparation and inspired me starting STL Green Eats in St. Louis, which is a full service meal prep service with smoothies and meal preps in general. But anyways, when I realized portion sizing was what I needed to do, I invested in meal preparation, my time, self-taught meal prepper professional, and I got really creative in the kitchen. And I realized I wasn't taught how to cook in a healthy way. Now, a lot of us learned how to cook, frying chicken, making spaghetti, and, the basics, but no one taught me how to properly cook chicken breast. Man, the first month, I'll tell you, I had the driest chicken I've ever had. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm overcooking it. You know what I mean? Just the simplest things can really change how you look at things. So like even, learning, well, I kind of already knew how to season. That's something. If you're tired of plain, bland food, learning proper seasoning and herbs and spices can really bring your food to the next level. A lot of people, I didn't even realize, like, I'm just now using certain seasonings, or when I start meal prepping, and I was like, oh, stuff that I didn't like before, I like now. Like, I did not like broccoli, I didn't like cauliflower, I didn't like green beans, I didn't like, you know what I mean? Now I can eat it without any seasoning, but with seasoning, it makes you enjoy it a little more. Also, something that I would do differently a mistake that I used to do, I didn't realize I was drinking a lot of calories. So me thinking, oh, I don't drink soda, I drink juice, right? I'm like, I'm doing better. Wrong. Sometimes we aren't doing better by drinking our calories. Why? Because it's a lot of hidden calories in there. It's a lot of sugar in a lot of our drinks, and we don't realize that it adds up. So, me, I didn't realize there was a thing as not just portion sizing, but reading labels. So I'm eating a whole bag of chips. I'm eating a whole liter of soda, well, maybe not a liter, but like a whole bottle of soda, not realizing that's 2 servings. So I'm thinking, oh, this is just 200 calories. No, it's 2 servings. So I just drank 400 calories. I just drank 400 calories without blinking. And how many of us drink orange juice, drink apple juice, drink cranberry juice is good, but I have to dilute it because it's a lot of sugar in cranberry juice. A lot of juice that we are used to drinking, um, brisk teas. Oh my gosh. When I drink a brisk tea now, I break out. And I'm like, dang. It's like when you teach your mind certain things, it's like it knows you're not supposed to eat it or drink it. And then when you have it, it's like, I told you. I told you, and now you got a pimple, or now you got a scar, and that takes weeks and months to get rid of, all because you want to drink sugar. Like I said, weeks prior, we drink candy bars like nobody's business, and when I mean that, I mean that. A way that I don't try to scare my grandma, but how I tell everybody, I look when people have a soda or something, everybody know I'm the like health nut or whatever. And I read labels now and I realize around me so many people don't. So when people are around me that complain about health issues like cramping, or arthritis pain or just aches and pains, period. Or they're, I see them a lot of acne, stuff like that, crankiness even. Sometimes I look at their like bottles of what they're drinking, and then I look and I'm like, wow, it's 38 grams of sugar in this. That is a candy bar. You're basically eating a candy bar, and depending on how many you drink a day, 2. I will never forget that one day, and I don't understand diabetes all that well, but I remember working with this young lady, and she was younger than me, but I don't know about you guys, but when you carry more weight, this is when I was over 230 pounds. Um, she was younger than me, but I looked younger than her, if that makes sense. Anyways, she was diabetic, and I remember when she was, paying attention to her timer and stuff. And please let me know in the comments if you understand what I mean by this, because I didn't understand it till now. When she was saying how she needed to eat for her blood sugar and stuff, but she was drinking. She got like 2 bottles of Mountain Dew, and she had what is it? Those little brownie bite things from the vending machine. She had like 2-3 bags of those, and I was like, I thought when you are a diabetic, you can't eat that much sugar, and that's all she was eating. So it just made me realize, even back then, that maybe it's a contributing factor to a lot of these issues that we're having. So that's why I try to talk to my wellness warriors, those that are you guys that are watching, you want to change your life and you want better wellness in any aspect, whether that's mental, physical, spiritual, or anything. And our choices really do matter. So yes, liquid calories are so important in our daily intake. Those calories count too. And also just the consistency versus the intensity part of it. I want to be consistent, meaning I'm going to be mindful and not drink Arizona tea or brisk tea every day. Can I have it once a month? Sure. Consistency is so important in our wellness journey. You'll be surprised if you go lock in because For those that don't know, I'm doing a Unbig Our Back challenge, and inbox me if you're interested in joining, and is included, or if you just want to do the stepping challenge aspect for free. I'm doing an Unbig Our Back Step It Up challenge, where we're doing, I think it's 60 days of 10K steps. Now, are you going to do 60 days in a row of 10K steps? No. But if you do like the first 3 or 4 days consistent, it gives you a rest day, and then you can save up your rest days for when you really need it. So if you're interested in stepping up with me, let me know, because I am working on losing 10K steps a day. Someone asked me before, one of my friends, he said, aren't you done losing weight? You lost 60 already. But if I gain 10 or gain 20 or gain 30 back, it's never ending, right? Or, well, now I lost the weight, but I want to tone. So it's kind of a forever thing with me, because you always want to every day make a conscious decision to just keep going, period. Because I promise you, if you stop the walking, if you stop going to the gym consistently, if you stop eating right, it's all gonna come right back. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but this is a forever thing. And I am so glad that I have my wellness warriors here, that we hold each other accountable. You know, I won a challenge a few months ago, and I want to do this challenge, the Unbig Our Back challenge, to hold all of us accountable. Because I want to lose, some more weight too. Because my arms aren't the way I want them to be. My back isn't as tight as I want it to be. You know what I mean? My thighs are still a little jiggly. Okay, so we are all in this together at losing weight naturally, and I think it's even better that I'm doing this with you. So when you see the progress in 60 days and you don't join this Unbig Our Back challenge, you're gonna be like, dang, I should have did that with her. And then 60 days from now, I'm gonna lose 10, 15 pounds. You're gonna be like, dang, it could have been me too. So come on and join us on the winning circle. No goals too small. 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. Okay, I lost 60. So I know if I lost 60, gained 20, I'm gonna lose that 20 again. You know what I mean? Anyways, so we're doing my top 10 things I would do different. So we're on number 7. Y'all hold me accountable, right? I hope y'all count with me. So we're on number 7 of things that I would do differently. So I'm gonna let you guys know, the food part is gonna be the biggest part of this challenge, because I can go a month without going to the gym. I've gone a month without going to the gym and just walked or jogged around and stuff. But if I don't fix my eating habits, it's a wrap. If I don't continue on eating right, my protein, my vegetables, my fruits, nuts, berries, all this other stuff I had to learn to enjoy, I would be back to what my old weight was. And that's so important to keep in mind, Yeah, you can have cakes once in a while. You can have ice cream whenever you want once in a while, stuff like that. But if you've eaten like that all day, that's where we're going to go backwards. So why meal prep changed everything? Meal prep changed everything because I was never hungry. So therefore I was never hungry. So therefore, I wasn't craving stuff. You know how, like, you hungry or you bored and then you get hungry and then you be like, ooh, let me order this. Ooh, let me stop at Jack in the Box. Ooh, let me get that McFlurry if they still got them. Or, let me go to the Starbucks. But when I planned out my meals throughout the day, and mind you, I unbig my back eating 5 times a day. That's real talk. Okay, how did you lose weight eating 5 times a day? And people be thinking I'm capping, but I'm so serious. And that was when I was very, very, like, I'm not playing. When I breakfast, healthy snack, vegetable, fruit, yogurt, lunch, healthy snack, dinner. That'd be it. When you eat 5 times a day, you're never hungry, especially when you grab one of these. And this is my co-host. grabbing one of these bottles. I started off with a half a gallon drinking every day because I was not used to drinking that much water every day. And that's when I realized, that's when I really started seeing a change too. When I ate my food, drank my water, it helped me be regular every day, being able to go to the bathroom every day. There's sometimes, and someone's probably watching this like, but some people don't use the bathroom, and I mean number two every day. And that's an issue. That's because a lot of the times we're not eating enough fiber and we're not drinking enough water. A lot of us have acne because we don't drink enough water. Water is very important in our diet, in our lifestyle change rather, because it helps the biggest organ in our body. Now, somebody tell me in the comments what's the biggest organ in the body. Would everybody know? Or someone tell me in the comments. Okay. The biggest organ, yes, right. The biggest organ in the body is the skin, right? And what we have to do for our skin, we have to make sure we keep it hydrated. So we have to make sure that we're drinking plenty of water so we have energy. Now, anybody that catch me in the gym or outside, or even when I make content and I be sweaty from the, some people really ask, wow, you sweat a lot. And I know people that are ashamed that they sweat a lot. And I know some people, and hey, if it's a medical condition, then I understand. But some people say, I knew someone that took medication because they sweated so much. But I thought sweating was a good thing. Sweating is a good thing, especially if you're moving around. When I was bigger, when I was over 230 pounds, I sweated a lot. That's because when we're bigger, we sweat as well. But I also sweat a lot now because I drink plenty of water. Sweat is not, well, it's burning calories, but it's basically helping your body maintain its cool, if that makes sense. So it's okay to sweat. And if you're someone that's like, wow, I did a whole workout and I don't sweat at all. I know someone that worked out with me a whole workout session with me, and I don't play in the gym. So when I when she did it, the whole thing with me and didn't sweat, I was like, that was weird, And I would ask the doctor, something like that, because we are supposed to sweat and it's okay for us to sweat. Well, lady, like I remember I used to be so embarrassed when I had like sweat stains under my arms or like between, my legs or between my pants or something at the gym. And I'm like, I'm human. It's okay to sweat. That's where you're supposed to sweat, at the gym. Okay. But also, I realized she didn't drink much water. And I think a lot of times it's important that we drink enough water because we're supposed to sweat after excelling our heart rate. You know what I mean? All right. So we're on number, let me see. Oh, yeah. Meal prep. Meal prep also saved me money. When I tell you, it saved me from going to the vending machine at my job so much. And I'm going to tell y'all even something more embarrassing. Yep. I had to put some lip gloss on. So I used to eat big bag snacks is what I used to call it, okay? I call it a big bag snack. And I think somebody listening to this probably has one in their mind too. They just didn't think of it. But that's how I knew I had to change something. Okay. Now, to me, a big bag snack is like a snack that I would eat that's bad for me. But if I was embarrassed to eat it in front of people because I didn't want them to assume I was pregnant. Because even when I tell people this now, it's like, that's like a pregnancy type of craving. It wasn't. But mine was, I would go to the vending machine. I couldn't wait till lunchtime. I would have my little coins ready for my vending machine. And I would have Crunchers, jalapeno chips, and a Snicker bar. I promise you, that was my snack. And tell me in the comments if you have a big bag snack like mine was. You couldn't tell me that was on fire. And I would like go on break, not at lunch to eat it, because I didn't want people to see me eat it at the same time. Because the one time someone saw me, like, did you just eat that together? And I ain't got time for no one. I ain't had time for people like doing rumors and stuff. You know, people just dumb. No, I just have crazy taste buds. Anywho, that was my big bag snack. And then I realized how big I was getting. So I was like eating that. Then going, I didn't cook for a while. I didn't cook for a long time. And then when I did, where I would eat sandwiches all the time or something. And then I would really have to look in the mirror and look at my photos and be like, how many rolls do I have? And I wish it would let me like show the photo of how I used to look. If you haven't, after this live, check out my before and afters. They ain't no joke. I used to count my rolls. My back used to really be big. And that's why I created the Unbig Our Back Challenge. Everything I learned on how I unbig my back, I put in this challenge, and it's a packet. Not a packet, it's a bundle. You receive, a complimentary strategy session with me, but also it gets the walking challenge, and also it's like accountability pack where you get recipes, grocery lists, just a bunch of awesome stuff. But anyways, I would eat stuff like that, and it just really, really took me back. And then I would go to the food truck at lunch sometimes. So meal prepping altogether just saved me money. I would spend maybe $100, $200. This is when I lived by myself. And I would just meal prep for the week. On Sundays, this was when I wasn't going to church at the time. So I would either wake up early or something like that, or even Monday, but mostly on the weekends. I would cook my food. Now, I'm telling this to my wellness warriors. Best meal prep strategy. I usually get this to my wellness warriors in my Patreon, but I'm gonna get this to y'all. Meal prep. Cook 2 meats. Bake them. Bake 2 meats. Grab 3 sides. It could be frozen vegetables or fresh vegetables. Honestly, I started off with frozen vegetables. Pick like 2 to 3 different sides. It could be rice, vegetables, beans, whichever you think of as a healthy side. Then you're going to bake that. You're going to put them all in different dishes, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are not going to all look the same. Monday's going to have salmon with rice. Tuesday's going to have chicken breast with broccoli. Then Wednesday's going to have broccoli with chicken breast with the rice. You're going to mix it up. And you're going to be like, wow, I just had 15 different meals in 1 week. All because you switched up sides and you switched up the meats. That helped me so much to making meal prep so much easier. Or if you want to batch your meal prep, meaning you cook those 2-3 meats, keep it in a pan, get you some sides, or cut up your favorite vegetables, roast them, or put them in the oven, and just make a bowl every day. My chicken with my broccoli, bam. Chicken with my mix, bam. And you can just mix it up. Now, if you're interested in a meal prep strategy, a meal prep webinar or something, please let me know, because I would love to teach more meal preps, but no one's been asking me about meal prep. But I do have Estelle Green Eats. But yes, and then on that same token, how much time I got? Okay. Staying on track is so important, but it did help me save money. That $100 I was able to eat for maybe 2 weeks. And that helped me a lot, because I was eating like $20 a day sometimes. So that adds up real quick. I'd rather use that extra money for investments, or use it towards a business idea, or something more important. Especially when You eat, it's like, especially when I thought in my mind, okay, I'm gonna eat my emos because I'm in St. Louis, or my wherever my favorite fast food place is. I eat that, and then when it's gone, then what? I'm gonna end up ordering more, or ordering something just as bad, or just not sticking to my goal. When I can eat all day, literally 5 times a day, and it literally made me skinnier, or it made me lose fat. Let me say that. Okay, adding weights to it make my body hot, because eating is great. The exercise portion just helps us build muscle. Ladies, it's okay for us to pick up some weights. It won't make us look like a man, I promise you. Unless you're pushing 100, 200 plus iron 5, 6 times a week, you're not going to look like a man, okay? Unless you train like a bodybuilder. And we don't need to train like a bodybuilder to have Angela Bassett arms and nice, sexy back like Tiana Taylor, okay? Anyways, but staying on track was very important, but it helped me so much when I meal prep. Helped me stay on track tremendously. That means even if you don't want to make 5 meals a day, 2 meals a day, but just not having to think about what I'm eating today, just taking that aspect of having to think out of the day was amazing. And it put my mind towards other important things. I'm learning to cook healthy meals, but actually making it taste good was such a boom. Like, you would think, duh. But actually, when you start enjoying eating, you enjoy cooking. Because sometimes I be like, man, I want to stop at Taco Bell. Or I can make me a fire wrap when I get home. And I know what's in it. It don't have anything that I don't like. And I know it's going to taste good. You know how especially some fast food places now are hit or miss. Sometimes you get there, you're like, who made this? Okay. Or if you get some ordered, I don't like DoorDash and stuff like that anymore, because it's like, it's a hit or miss with that too. They'll miss something, they'll forget something, they'll have something I didn't want in there, all kinds of stuff. So you have to really be mindful of, what we're eating every day. Learning to cook. And see, I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's not that you don't want to eat healthy food. It's that you expect your healthy meals to be boring, and it don't have to be. You really have, it's really important for us to just simply know how to cook. And I'm not saying because you know how to cook soul food, you don't know how to cook. But when you learn how to cook healthy meals, it's a whole nother level of your wellness journey. And that's what I'm here for, to hold us accountable. And if it's someone that's like, oh, I'm also, green tea is amazing. Anyways, that's my green tea and coffee. Because healthy eating does not have to be boring. And that's something that I have definitely learned, to be creative with healthy eating. Comment below if you would like some of my healthy recipes. The last week I posted about my I made stuffed bell peppers. I made stuffed peppers live, and it was so good. And I thought it was, you know, sorry y'all. But see, I thought it was so good, and it was. Okay, my husband loves it, especially when you can find healthy meals for not just you to enjoy, but healthy meals for your family to enjoy. Oh, that's a whole nother level of success right there. Okay, so we're on number 6 of what I would do differently in my 60-pound down natural journey. These are the top 10 things I would do differently. At number 6, we have why walking is more powerful than most people realize. I didn't think simply walking would actually shed me so much. I did 10 because I used to work at a warehouse. or working at any job where it took a great deal of walking, and then I didn't have a car, so I walked to and from the bus, in the bus stop. I was getting in at least 10 to, I honestly say, between 10 to 25 to 30K steps a day. And, and when they were like, how did you do that? I would walk around on my lunch break just because sometimes instead of sitting down, I could just walk up and down the street or walk around my job where, that's how I was able to kind of low key network with my coworkers. A lot of people don't like their coworkers, but to me, it was a warehouse. And I just feel like when you learn how to deal with people and learn how to network, not so you can make friends, but so people know your name, right? That helped me a lot when it came to, do you think this person would be good for a promotion? Do you think she would be good as a leader? Or do you think she would be good as a lead for this section? And they'd be like, oh yeah, I know her. I met her. She lost hella weight. When I tell you, I'm so glad I just started my journey. And I want other people that are watching this to feel the same, because you just don't know who you'll inspire. You don't know who you're helping. You're helping yourself out more than you will ever realize. And that's why I love what I do. And I love that I created Shay's Wellness Club. If you haven't already, join us. We are a great group, and we're not mean. We hold each other accountable, and we talk about the wins and the losses too, because we encourage each other to just do better every day. Walking was so powerful. So that's why I created the Unbig Our Back Step It Up Challenge, where we're going to start, and actually tomorrow, so inbox me when you see this, okay? We are doing 10K steps for the next 60 days. I as well, I'm going to start tomorrow. Now, I was going to start today, but life, Sundays are a busy day. But we are starting tomorrow, Monday, and we're going to do 60 days of 10K walking. Now, if you're someone that wants to start at 5K, inbox me anyway, and I would love to get you started with 5K. Okay? Walking after meals helps a lot too, because it helps move and digest your food. When we eat and then automatically go to sleep, that kind of makes us more bloated. It kind of adds to our cortisol levels, and it just really isn't the best thing for us to do. So when I finish eating, I try my best to either take a walk or I sit up for at least an hour or so. And I try not to eat too late. That's something I'm working on as well, is working on eating too late, because we just love that snack sometimes. But it really, yes, you could have a healthy snack before bed, but still our digestion has to still digest, if that makes sense. So we have to make sure that we're, cutting off eating at least an hour, 2 hours before bed at least, or no later than 8 or 9 p.m. Okay. Oh yes, walking has so many benefits, such as fat loss, because it's naturally burning fat and burning calories, while also helping our mental health. Walking out, we are programmed, it's in our DNA to be naturally walking and social beings. So what I realize is, when I walk around in the neighborhood and stuff, it's really just, even walking to a park. I remember I used to walk to the park. I used to walk with my friends in my neighborhood, or just finding a buddy sometimes helps. But, if you can do it by yourself, I definitely suggest it. It really helps with mental clarity, okay? And I'm not necessarily, I'm talking about being aware when you're going out walking. Not having both headphones in, I do not suggest that at all. Especially me, I'm a city girl, and I used to walk in the city. I know to not have both my earphones in, listening to my music full blast, walking across the street, because people like to hit and run over here, okay? And I ain't got time. But also, just being mindful of your surroundings, because for those that don't know, I've been low-key stalked before. Like, someone literally walked like followed me from the train station to my job, and then has almost tried to follow me home before. So I don't play those games at all. So I'm all about public safety. So when you're out walking, try not to walk out too late at night or too dark outside. Any just to minimize most dangerous possible. But walking after meals is so great. And also, if you don't want to walk outside, invest into a walking pad. I invest into a portable walking pad, which I have available in my store. If you want the link, I definitely have that available to where I walk downstairs if I want to, and I walk for an hour, 2 hours to get that 10K steps in, because sometimes it's hard to get 10K steps in, especially now since I drive. But getting those steps in really does help, especially after a meal. And that mental health part is when we are outside in nature, we are meant to that's meant for us to feel better. It's meant for us to make us feel better. So when we are outside, like St. Louis here, I'm in St. Louis, we are a very pretty city despite the ugliness we see. So, you know, the greenery, like we have, almost a forest everywhere. Like if you fly over St. Louis, it's nothing but green, okay? So beautiful city. Or just, walk around, see the trees, see the beautiful grass, see the birds chirping. I mean, listen to the birds chirping, listen to the different animals interact. It's kind of like when I go out walking, sometimes I feel like I'm in a Disney movie, because it really is like a harmony type of thing. You hear the birds chirping, you hear the squirrels chasing each other, you see the rabbits bouncing around, you see the crickets jumping around you. It's just like nature is beautiful when you really stop and listen to it, okay? And that's what I like about the mental health of uh of walking. And it's easy to be consistent in walking. All you have to do, walk outside. It don't have to be no hour. It could be 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and that can make a world of a difference. That's why I love the Unbig Our Back Walking Challenge, where we make it, consistent, easy. And also we track, and it's a race in a way. So if you inbox me to follow our Unbig Our Back Step It Up Challenge, we're doing a 10K walking challenge. And, there's a winner. Depending on how many people join, we may have prizes, first, second, third prizes. So I hope that, you enjoy this. Also, number 4. Okay, so something that okay. So out of okay, for those that don't know, this episode is 10 things I would do differently from my 60-pound weight loss. And we are number 4. So I want to talk about how realizing cardio was not enough when it came to my weight loss journey. Now, walking is amazing. Doing my jump ropes, I'm back to doing jump ropes, and I love it. Okay. I think if you could find an exercise that can also make you feel like a kid, is amazing as well. Because I think something that can make us feel young and keep us youthful is to bring back some of those old habits we used to do. Some of those kid-like fun habits that made us enjoy going outside. So like some people like running and racing each other. Some people like riding bikes. Some people like doing hopscotch. That's a form of exercise. Hey, and I like jump rope. Jump rope makes me feel like a kid again. But also, it is really good for core because I suck in my stomach every time I do jump rope. And it's something you could do a bunch of. I do like many challenges in my head, like, oh, I'm going to try to do 100 in a row. I'm gonna try to do 50 jump ropes in a row, and I do them. Okay, then I'm like, okay, let me do it one leg. Okay, let me do it with the other leg. Okay, can I crisscross it? You know what I mean? You gotta make it fun. It is a kind of a way to show off too. Sometimes I be at the gym doing my jump rope, and I'll be saying, I'm like, dang, she could do jump rope. So I don't know. It's just a fun thing that I like to do. So if I can encourage you to find one exercise that makes you love to work out, whether it's Pilates, yoga, strength training, HIIT classes, Zumba classes, so you think you can dance dances, or so you think you can't dance classes, which are at my gym. All any class you can find that you can enjoy, start enjoying. I don't care. Even they have even a senior they even have a senior citizen class at my gym, where all you doing is just moving little by little, okay? Just little by little, okay? However you need to move, because age does not mean you cannot work out, okay? I encourage people all the time from my church and just older people in general. If you want to come with me to my gym, please do. I promise you, we could probably find a class for you that you would enjoy. Or I promise you, we could find a workout you can do. Anyways, but so number 4. No, okay. So how my 60-pound weight loss journey, 10 things that I would do differently. At number 4, I would say how cardio wasn't necessarily enough at some point. At one point, yes, that helps you burn fat. But something I didn't realize was that it was also taking away my muscle, the excess cardio I was doing. And I was doing, constant cardio, but not doing much weights. So strength training completely transformed my body. I got to I would say pretty much my body goals within about 15 pounds last year around this time. So I'm trying to get back to that. And I will. That's why I'm unbigging my back more. But strength training has really changed and formed my body. I didn't realize how much stress relief helps from just lifting some weights. And I really was that girl that was like, oh, I don't want to lift heavy because I don't want to look like a boy or whatever, or look masculine, when lifting weights as a woman is very sexy, actually. And it turns your body sexy. Now, I'm not saying sexy as far as like getting it in all the time. I'm talking about sexy as far as you want to wear a backless dress without seeing rolls. That makes your body sexy. You want your legs to look good in a short dress. Strength training makes your legs sexy. If you want them Angela Bassett, Tayana Taylor, who else? Jade Hargill. Yes, I said that. You want some nice arms like them. Hitting the weights is going to help do that. And you don't need no 50s, 60s for real. Start off small. Start off with 10s. Start off with 5s. I would say start off with 10s if you can. And work your way up, because you would be so surprised how strong you can be. Us women, and especially men. But something I realized when it comes to men versus women, when it comes to working out, us women, oh, legs. Oh, we could do 100 on the leg day, and I promise you. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do no 30 on my legs. You are very strong in our ladies. We are very strong in our legs. I don't know if we're just preparing ourselves to drop kick someone one day, but we are surprisingly naturally strong in our legs. So like yesterday, I did like 80 in RDLs and stuff. And I'm working on getting up to 120. But the upper body, oh, we lack in the upper body. That's why a lot of us don't have the arms, and we get those auntie arms. Like I'm just getting rid of some of my auntie arms, and I got my muscles getting there, okay? But that's all from weight training. And it's definitely good to build confidence when you work out, because it's like you feel like you can I can carry them groceries. Not that you need to. Or I can carry that baby. Like I used to carry babies, my friends' little babies and stuff. And I used to be like, woo, you heavy. Not because they were fat or anything, but because I'm like, damn, I'm not used to lifting 30 pounds or 40 pounds or however little they were. And I knew, yeah, I had to get my strength up. If I'm going up the street huffing and puffing, I need to get my endurance together. So, same for lifting things. If it's really hard for me to lift a case of water, I need to work on my strength training, and that's something you can work on at home. A case of water bottle. I don't know, but also it helped me a lot with confidence because sometimes when you go to the gym, it's definitely a journey, and I would say if you're someone that is shy or standoffish about the gym, I would always say to give it a try because it just makes you focus. To me, it makes you focus. A friend just asked me, he said, I don't like going to the gym because I feel intimidated. I had to stop thinking like that because one, there's always someone you look better than. Always somebody you look better than. I don't, you know, there's always someone you look better than and someone you're inspiring. I promise you. Two, people don't care about us that much. When we in the gym, we're in the gym, okay? We're doing our own thing. We got our own things to worry about. So people looking at us, it's not really that big of a thing. Okay? Um, being mindful of that, and also just getting through your progress at the gym will be so important. So I always suggest just find a corner or a spot that's your favorite. Identify like 3 of your favorite spots, okay? Because depending on your gym, it can get pretty packed, especially depending on what time you go. Best time to go at the gym is daytime to me, unless you're going like at night. And I don't know, some gyms they got it on lock at night too. So pick 2 or 3 of your favorite spots at the gym. Go to those spots. Do your routine. Okay? Don't have to worry about people looking at you. When people stare at me or look at me stink, I just assume they're jealous or wish they had my body. I don't know. And that was when I was bigger, okay? But yes, women shouldn't fear lifting because it's so important for us to learn how to lift. Why? Because I'm learning to lift in my 30s, so my 40s and 50s, I'm not struggling trying to get upstairs. So I'm not struggling to help my husband with furniture. So I'm not struggling to lift my kids up because I'm gonna be one of those older ladies in kindergarten picking up their kid. Okay, so I need to keep up with. I know I'm gonna have to keep up with my kids, so I'm gonna make sure I stay healthy for my kids. And some people, and some of us need that motivation. This journey isn't just for you. This is for your future generations. Okay. Um, your habits are going to be so important to molding your children. And people don't really realize that. Especially, you think that they're so young, they're not really understanding. But little do we know, kids and the younger generation are looking at us way more than we think. Things that my mom thought I didn't see when I was little, I remember. you know, Even being a witness to little kids telling me stuff that their parents have done or said to them, thinking that they ain't paying attention. They are. And I'm talking to 3, 4, 5 even, okay? So to be mindful of that. Your habits are so important for not just you, but for the people that are watching you, for the people that are older and younger than you. You are inspiration to your kids. You are inspiration to your parents. You may be even inspiration to your grandparents, okay? So you always want to be mindful of that. Say, do you want to be that inspiration for your family, or are you inspired by someone in your family? If you're not inspired by someone in your family, whether that's financially, physically, spiritually, you should be that person for your family. Because it shouldn't stop at the grandma. It shouldn't stop at the mom. It shouldn't stop at the aunties and the great aunties and the big mamas. It should start with you. And it shouldn't end with you as well. Okay? Um, so another thing, one more thing about strength training is progressive overload is amazing. Me thinking I had to start at 20 throughout my workout was messing me up. But progressive overload. What is progressive overload? Progressive overload in strength training is starting at 10 for 1 rep. Do that twice. Then go to the 15s. Rep. Do that twice. And then if you want to go up to the 20s and 30s, so on and so forth. So you just always want to challenge yourself. And that's what we call progressive overload when it comes to strength training. So how I lost 60 pounds naturally. And these are the top 10 things that I would change. We are on number 3. Woo! And if you have any questions on how I lost 60 pounds naturally, feel free to ask in the comments. And please forgive me if I see and I don't see any comments on here. Okay. Okay, so we're on number 3. Yes. What surprised me after losing more than 60 pounds? People treated me differently. That's number 3 on the list. I was so surprised. For the good and the bad, there was people that were cheering me on, but then I realized there was some people that kind of was like, okay, I don't, like, assuming that I was bragging when all I was a walking testimony, you know? So everywhere I went, I told, just like when you get baptized and you want to tell everybody about Jesus, it's just like that when you lose weight. You want to tell everybody about not drinking soda, you know what I mean? So it's really a shock sometimes. And this is where I'm going to get a little vulnerable. But I did experience some mistakes that I made was the body dysmorphia. I was surprised. I lost the weight. You know how when before you gained all your weight. So when some people say, I don't remember when I was a size 8 or something like that. Or I don't remember when I was a size 4. I was probably in high school or something. But then when you're in high school, you were that weight at some point, right? And you're kind of like, I felt big in high school and I wasn't. That's body dysmorphia. So sometimes I might reach my goal or look good, but don't realize, and me in my head, I'm like, I'm still fat. I'm still big back. I'm still big back. I'm still big back. And that's kind of my body dysmorphia. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I see abs today. And then the other day, where'd they go? You know what I mean? That's a little bit of me with my body dysmorphia. Another example of me having body dysmorphia. Just realizing that me going in the mirror, just me in the mirror sometimes. Sometimes I got a big stomach, sometimes I don't. Sometimes my arms look like I'm ripped, sometimes I don't. Sometimes my waist looks snatched, and then sometimes I don't. I'm like, what's going on? Did I gain 10 pounds in 5 days? When really it's all in our mind a lot. A lot of times we have to step off the scale for a while. Sometimes we do not, and if you're someone that weighs yourself every day, please don't. I don't know who needed to hear that part, but if you're weighing, like I know people that weigh themselves every day, and that would drive me up the wall. You know, I wouldn't even, well, every week is okay, but I think every week is a little much. I would say every 3 to 4 weeks to weigh yourself, measure yourself, and also get an in-body scan. The in-body scan, and you can Google it, helps so much. Way better than just a weighing yourself. If you go to Crunch Fitness or there's some GNCs or some supplement stores, or just Google in-body scan near me. There's some that are free. I got one yesterday when going to the gym, and it told me not only my weight, which kind of gave me a headache, but it also gave me how much fat and how much muscle I have. It did say I gained muscle, so at least I got some good news from that. Okay, which was my goal. I want to gain muscle, lose fat, because we lose too much weight in general. It could be muscle too, and we need our muscles. That's what helps us get up, stay straight, walk right every day. But yes, the body dysmorphia was a trip. Things that I wish I knew better of, outgrowing friendships. During this journey, and I've talked about this last week, you're gonna outgrow some friendships. Now, it's not a bad thing. It's not you lost weight, you better than anybody. But it's the fact that some people want to keep you in that same headspace. When you lose weight naturally, lose fat naturally, yes, you're going to gain some confidence, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to speak up more when you don't agree with something. There's nothing wrong with that. um you're going to spread the knowledge, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I'd rather my mother-in-law tell me that I've gained weight than me not realize it, and then I just let myself slip. Because what did I tell myself at the beginning? In the beginning, when I saw myself over 230 pounds, why nobody tell me? Ain't nobody told me nothing. Okay? No one told me my thighs was getting big. No one told me, dang sure that your face getting a little round. No one told me nothing. Okay? I had to get the dirty truth either from, grandmothers are going to always tell you something. They're going to tell you. Kids are always going to tell you. In-laws, they're going to tell you. Or your pictures are going to tell you. Now, when I did Wellness Club this time last year, my face was a little skinnier. You know what I mean? So you're going to notice it or someone's going to tell you. And either way, as long as I find out, I'm happy actually. Okay? But some friendships you're going to outgrow. And that's okay. Because a big part of me gaining weight from this time last year was I started drinking wine again. Dump that, because who knew that wine and liquor had so many calories in it. That's why I was big in my early 20s, because I was the party girl. I was going out to parties and stuff every weekend, kickbacks, all that, especially like COVID time. Yes. So when people say they gain weight from COVID and stuff, that's from eating out a lot and drinking. Okay? Anyways, but outgrowing friendships is okay in this journey, because it really does point out who was really in your corner and who wasn't. Who wants you just because you go out with them every night and trauma dump with them? Who are the ones that actually cheered you on and said, wow, you look good, friend? And who really be like, oh, that's nice. Or the ones that, oh, you don't have to eat like that all the time. Or the ones like, you don't want to get too skinny. Like those, I'm always going to quote those comments, because no, I'm not getting too skinny. I'm getting healthy. Because now I wish I was back to that too skinny, but with some weights. Okay. But anyways, shopping became more fun because I grew up loving to go shopping. I grew up enjoying going shopping and stuff. And I started avoid going shopping. I started avoid trying on clothes. It was so annoying. So I started enjoying shopping again. I started looking at myself in the mirror differently. I started enjoying the fact that I didn't have to go up a size anymore once I start losing my weight naturally. That's a regret that I was avoiding knowing my true size, because I didn't want to know my true size. And I can tell y'all now, I was up to, I think the biggest pant size I got up to was between 16, I believe. 16 to 18, depending on the brand. And I realized, yeah, I got to change something, because 16 can turn into a size 18, a size 18 could turn into a size 20, 20 could turn into a 22, 22 could turn 24, and then, you know what I mean? It's just going to go, unless you're willing to go down, it's going to only go up. So you want to make sure you're maintaining a healthy weight. Okay. Um. Yes. Okay. So the top 10 things that I would do differently of losing 60 pounds naturally. We're on number 2. Why accountability changed everything. Okay. Having people to hold me accountable was a big part of my journey as well. You know, me saying I'm gonna lose weight. And people was like, okay, I see you at the gym, girl. I see you, you know. People were making me remember what I was saying over and over again. And that was very important in my weight loss journey. That's why I created Shay's Wellness Club accountability group, um, because having accountability can keep you consistent. Okay, I am your accountability bestie for a reason, and that's because I needed someone to hold me accountable, not someone telling me I'm getting too skinny, but someone is like, "Hey, I see you doing your thing. What workouts can I do? You know, or what meal plans can I eat? What's wrong with my plate today, Sade?" And yes, I do. I do rate my plates. So if you're someone that's getting into meal prep, getting into cooking, and not sure if what you're cooking is right, I would love to you send me pictures of your plates, and I would love to rate them. Just and I would let you know what I would do different or how I would make it better. Um, But yes, the accountability always beat motivation, because motivation is going to be day by day thing. You're not going to be motivated every day to eat right. You're not going to be motivated every day to work out. You're not going to be motivated every day to get up early to go to the gym before work or go to the gym after work, you know? But that accountability part, oh, that's going to keep you in line. That's going to keep you consistent. That's going to keep you saying, all right, I don't want someone to ask me, how was the gym today? Or what did you do at the gym today? And I'm like, oh, I ain't go. I don't want that to be my answer. So be that person, or if you need me to be that person for you, make sure you give me a follow. Give this video a share. Put a comment in the details. I mean, give me a comment if this has helped you at all. Or share this to a friend. Save this in your playlist. Okay? This is great for when you're doing some chores around the house, in the car, and need some positivity. Okay? And let me know in the comments if there's any topics you would like me to go over as well. But yes, accountability is going to beat motivation every time, because I'm here, your accountability bestie and wellness strategy coach, here to hold you accountable, because that helps you stay consistent. Me not telling you, oh, you can do it, that ain't gonna keep you consistent. Yeah, but me, oh, what did we do at the gym today? What did we cook last week? I see some people ran from me because I was on my Wellness Warriors. Yes, join us in shadeswellnessclub.com. We go over wellness strategy every week about how I lost 60 pounds naturally and how I can help you reach your best self and your next level. Okay, you have made it. You have made it. Top 10. Whew, I went over today. How I lost 60 pounds naturally. 10 things I would do differently. And my number one thing out of all of them that you have heard, is the mindset. I was able to stop starting over every Monday. The mindset that I had, that I can do this. Every day I woke up. Some days I woke up an hour early before I had to catch the bus to work, just to do an extra 45 minutes on my floor in the living room to make sure I got a workout in. Everything in me after a 12-hour shift to make sure that I made it to a yoga or a Pilates class. Well, not Pilates at that time, but after work, making sure I got it in at the gym. Mindset telling myself, I'm not getting fat anymore. I'm not getting no more bigger. Okay? I know it's easy for us to be discouraged. It's so easy for us to say, man, not today. But the mindset that you're going to develop saying, you know what? My arm's starting to look good in the mirror. Wait a minute. I'm starting to get stronger now. Okay. I believe I could do anything at this point. I'm 6 weeks in. I've been coming consistently, whether that's 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week. But you make it a conscious effort to make it happen every week. Every day, something as free as water. You're able to drink your water, whether it's a half gallon, 2, 3 bottles, a full gallon, however. Yeah, I did good today. Whew. That's it for me. But as long as you guys got that water in, got that walk in, having a mindset to know that you're not starting over every Monday, but you're starting right now, tonight, is everything. And that's what I built Shay's Wellness Club about, is to just hold each other accountable, so we're not starting every Monday. So we're not losing confidence in what we're doing. To not doubt ourselves of our strength, of our spiritual strength, mental strength. And it can really help us through anything. The gym has helped me so much through my mom passing away, grandpa gone, you know, um, just many things that I was dealing with, spiritual issues and everything. And when I put a lot of my frustration, a lot of my sadness or anything in the gym, oh my God. Like, I don't know what I would do without the gym, or without working out, or without prioritizing healthier meals. I realized eating right made me less cranky, made me less, just a lot. Sorry, guys. The biggest thing I do differently isn't the workout, it isn't the meal plan, it isn't the supplement. I stopped trying to lose weight and I start becoming the woman who naturally makes healthy choices. I became the woman that naturally made healthier choices. When I did meal prep, after I don't even meal prep anymore consistently, but it's second nature that I'm going to eat certain meals. It's second nature that I bake my meats. It's second nature that I rarely ever fry anything. You know what I mean? Making a conscious decision every day has changed my life. I've been able to find an amazing husband. I've been able to, be in a beautiful house. I've been able to meet amazing people in the wellness industry, women that have lost weight naturally, women that want to lose weight naturally, women that want to better their relationship with food. And I didn't even realize I had a bad relationship with food. And a lot of that doesn't come from anything but learning to cook better. Healthy people don't make the perfect decisions. Healthy people make more consistent, healthy decisions. Okay? They make better decisions more often. That's all we're doing. My goal is to help my women, especially, make healthier decisions more often. And that's with food, that's with fitness, that's with emotional intelligence, that's with a lot of things. Because we can change a lot about ourselves. We could change a lot of our negative outcomes when we switch it to something healthy. You know, thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much. Better in our relationship with food. This journey has helped me so much. If I didn't go to the gym, pray, stuff like that, losing my mom last year would have really broken me, you know? And I don't know who's on this live that's lost their parent or who's close to their parent and they're no longer here. But being my mom's caregiver, I didn't think I would. I can't even describe it. Maybe because I was at the gym when I found out and stuff like that. I don't know. But the gym and healthier choices changed my life. It helps me with emotional intelligence because if we don't have emotional intelligence, we can be very harmful to ourselves because it takes 20 years to build a healthy, amazing reputation. And it takes just one decision, one bad choice, one crash out, one snap, one curse word, cursing out the wrong person, taking out a knife on somebody. You know, a split decision of emotional intelligence can really make or break your life. So that's why Shay's Wellness Club is so important for not just weight loss, not just fitness, but emotional health as well, mental health as well. Um, and what I realized, and I'm going to end it with this: identity creates habits. Habits create results. So if you're someone that needs more habits, not inbox me for our Unbig Our Back challenge because we are doing that right now, and we're starting with our Step It Up, Unbig Our Back Step It Up challenge starting Monday, July 13th. I think tomorrow's the 13th. But we are doing our 60 days of Unbig Our Back Walk It challenge, and we're doing 10K steps per day. So if you're interested in that, please give me a follow because I'll be doing more content on that because, we're doing the walking conversations with Shay. I'll be doing those as well. So just, inbox me, show encouragement. If you need help with learning meal prep, if you need a wellness strategy session together, it's only $97. If you want the specific strategy session, which goes through a bunch of different things, or you can do the Step Up, the Unbig Our Back challenge, which includes the strategy session, and it includes grocery lists and recipes and some really good resources to help you. Now I want to ask you guys something. Which one of these 10 are keeping you stuck right now? Don't say all of them because we all have a lot to work on. But out of the 10 that I mentioned, pick one because one habit can change consistency. It's far more powerful than trying to change the entire thing overnight. So out of those 10 things that I wish I would have done better, pick you one, maybe two, that you can do better with. And then let's work on that this week, okay? And then we're going to come back next week, Sunday at 6:30 Central Standard Time, and we're going to go over some more habits on how I unbig my back naturally. So if you like this, please give it a comment, give it a share, give this a save for later on this week if you need these motivational words. And also if you need to go back on my top 10, I'm going to say them one more time at the end. So, all right, here we go. So 10 things I would do differently to unbig my back naturally. Okay. Waiting until Monday and starting over. This is a consistency thing. That's number 10. Stop giving into these lose weight quick things, lose weight quick programs. That's number 9. Um, Weekend overeating. That's number 8. Liquid calories. That's still number 8. Number 7. Staying meal prepping was a big part of it. So being mindful of what we're eating, having a plan for what we're eating in the morning. What am I going to eat today? And already having our mind what we're going to eat today and not just wing it. So number 6, we have walking with power. Okay. So we're going to be doing our 10K step challenge. So if you are interested, I'm doing an Unbig Our Back Step It Up challenge and would love for you to join us on Shay's Wellness Club. Because I didn't walk enough after my meals. Number 5, the importance of eating with intention. Okay. Making sure that we're staying full, but also we are eating with intention, eating the right things, vegetables, fruits. 4, showing how it's important to strength train. You know, it's okay for us to do cardio for sure, doing our walks, our 10K challenge, but we're also making sure that we are lifting some weights as well. We're going to build our strength because that's how we get a nice sculpted body. That's how we all how what if I told you we all have abs? We all have abs. We just need to get the fat from on top of it. Amen. Um Number 3, um getting rid of the body dysmorphia, because a lot of that is our self-sabotage. Okay, we can lose the weight we want to lose. What we have to do is start small and work our way up. Did I want in the beginning of my journey, I'm losing 60 pounds? No. I started off with just 20 and then 30. And then it just, from the consistent me, from learning and maintaining the habits of losing the first 30 pounds, just led me up to 60 because I was overweight. So it was easy to drop the weight. And outgrowing friendships, because I was holding on to friendships that were keeping me stuck in that big girl phase, if that makes sense, you know. Number 2, accountability changed everything. Having someone like me, your accountability bestie, to hold you accountable is going to be pivotal. Will be big because you can tell yourself your goals, but no one's going to hold you. Are you holding yourself accountable? A lot of us weren't. A lot of us aren't. But when you tell somebody, they're going to hold you accountable. If you inbox me, Sade, I'm going to work out twice this week, and I come back a week later and say, so what we work on? I don't want you to lie to me and say, oh, I did this and you didn't. I want you to really tell the truth. Like, yeah, Sade, I did some crunches, I did some squats, I did some cardio at the gym. I want to hear great feedback. And that's me holding you accountable, not judging, because we all started from somewhere. And then the number one thing that I wanted to do better is the mindset shift. I had to remind myself every day that I'm going to get this done. I'm going to achieve this goal. And I'm not stopping. This is a lifestyle thing. This isn't a diet thing. So if you're someone that's looking for someone to hold you accountable, help you better your relationship with food, learn healthy meal options that taste delicious, but also help with the mental clarity of life and everything, inbox me and join my Unbig Our Back challenge, where I go over accountability. I go over meal preparation, healthy recipes, my favorite recipes for before and after the gym, and also grocery lists, a assortment of things in our unbigourback.com. If you want to join the challenge, go to unbigourback. Let me say it again, unbigourback.com to join my Unbig Our Back challenge. Then we're going to do the Step It Up challenge, where we're doing 10K steps a day. With that being said, thank you guys for joining today's it's a webinar at this point. But I want to thank you guys for joining today's Shay's Wellness Club accountability sessions, where we go over how I've lost over 60 pounds naturally, and I am passing on the gems. So I'm just hoping that, are you going to take these gems? Are you going to take this advice? Are you going to take it, take any of those 10 things? Apply yourself to either one or two of them. Come back and tell me what you've done. Tell me what helped you become better. What something that you stuck to. What story helped you. And let me know for next week. We will be here 6:30 every Sunday, Central Standard Time. And check me out on all social media at Shay Monroe. Have a great week. Don't take things personal. Make someone smile and pray about it. Put God first. Love you guys. Bye.